us if that's possible. Jitendra Sodhi, quickly, before I go to Vimal Kumar on the team news and what they practiced, I just want to ask you how key is critical is Shreyas Iyer to this mix now? Because what's happened in that middle order is that Shreyas Iyer suddenly seems to shoulder this up. So Virat Kohli is hit form, but you have a Shreyas Iyer who's there. He played perhaps his innings, the slowest 50 of his career. That's what he played against this one, the New Zealand, in that match. We were struggling and he played perhaps his slowest 50 there. So he's also learned something and he's coming and he's looking very different. Agree, disagree? Let's talk about the batters a bit. Yes.
बिल्कुल, आई थिंक यू पुट इट राइटली, ये बिल्कुल ठीक कहा, क्योंकि श्रेयस अय्यर की अडेप्टेबिलिटी बहुत जबरदस्त है और जैसे उन्होंने बल्लेबाजी की है, अपने आप को ढाला है सिचुएशन के हिसाब से. सो आई हैव अ वेरी स्ट्रांग फीलिंग. लुक, वी आर डिपेंडिंग ऑन विराट कोहली, रोहित शर्मा, हीरोइक्स इन द फिनाले, बट जो ये इनके आसपास गाइस हु प्ले अराउंड, केएल राहुल, हार्दिक पांड्या, श्रेयस अय्यर, इनका रोल बहुत अहम होने वाला है. अभी जैसे चैतन्य ने भी कहा, सेंटिनल की अगर बॉलिंग की बात करें, उनके स्पिनर्स की बात करें, उनमें दमखम है, लेकिन भारतीय स्पिनर्स डेफिनेटली दे हैव एज. और श्रेयस अय्यर का जो फॉर्म दिखा है अभी तक, आई एम श्योर ही कैन प्लेस ऑल सिलेंडर्स. और जैसे कहा जाता है, यूं ही बैठे बैठे जय जयकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वाले की कभी हार नहीं होती. और श्रेयस अय्यर एक ऐसा लड़का है जिसका करियर की हम बात करें आनंद, इस लड़के की जो कोशिश है ना, वो बकमाल है.
So in the sense, the effort, and oftentimes when he's just looked to fly, take off, injury has set him back. Chaitanya Nanda, this saliva bit, does that help? Does it make a difference?
It's a, I think yes, it does help, but मैं बोलूँगा two thoughts है, two school of thought of schools हैं. आप देखिए, ह्यूमन मैनकाइंड हमेशा इवॉल्व करता है विद द टाइम, एंड इफ द गेम हैज चेंज्ड एंड देयर इज सम रूल दैट यू डोंट यूज सलाइवा, ऑब्वियसली यू विल फाइंड अदर वेज. एज यू सेड, जिंक लगाइए, मैग्नीशियम लगाइए, यू कैन यूज दैट, यू कैन यूज द स्वेट. आप इवॉल्व करते हैं विद द गेम. बट अगर हम दूसरा स्कूल ऑफ थॉट देखें तो बॉलर के लिए और डिफिकल्ट होता जा रहा है विदाउट द सलाइवा, बिकॉज एज ए स्पिनर ऑल्सो इट रियली हेल्प्स अस टू यूज द सलाइवा. आप देखें, जैसे अभी वरुण चक्रवर्ती, आजकल आप एक बॉल देखेंगे, वरुण चक्रवर्ती का एक बॉल है जो ना बहुत जल्दी इन स्विंग की तरह आता है, अंदर डिप करता है, अंदर की तरफ आता है. तो वो बॉल की अगर आप देखें तो वो अपने हाथ को थोड़ा सा टिल्ट करके फेंकते तो जाता है. अगर उसके ऊपर थूक लगा होगा उस बॉल के ऊपर, सो इट विल गो मोर एंड इट विल डिप मोर. तो आई थिंक वो ऑब्वियसली वहां पे डिफरेंस क्रिएट करता है. बट एज ए ह्यूमन मैनकाइंड वी ऑलवेज, हमने इवॉल्व करा है विद द टाइम. As a bowler also, as a player also, we have, if there is some rule, we can evolve with it, we can improvise with it. Yes, it takes some time to improvise. आपको learnings, new learnings लेके आनी पड़ती है, new learnings से आप नई चीजें सीखते हैं. तो obviously शमी ने जो उनको ठीक लगा उन्होंने बोला, because as a human you have the right to say what you feel.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, Jitendra. Yeah. क्या I was just asking.
मैं ये कह रहा था कि आनंद, मैंने तो बहुत सलाइवा लगाया है, लेकिन अब वो सलाइवा वाला समय चला गया है.
नहीं, कुछ लोग वो च्यूइंग मिंट्स लगाते मुंह में, ऐसे च्यूइंग गम के साथ साथ, और इसके साथ साथ फिर सलाइवा लगाते थे. उसका असर अलग होता है बॉल पे.
नहीं, उसका असर बहुत होता है, लेकिन उसमें वो अनफेयर टैक्टिक भी हो जाता है. और आजकल तो मैच रेफरीज, अंपायर्स इस पे बहुत नजर रखते हैं. कई बार आप जेब में कुछ लेके आ जाते हैं एंड दैट इज नॉट अलाउड एट ऑल. आई थिंक दैट इज अगेन दैट कम्स इन चीटिंग द गेम कैटेगरी. तो उससे बहुत प्लेयर्स को बच के रहना चाहिए. लेकिन जी हाँ, सलाइवा की जो बात कर रहे हैं ना, अगर ये क्रिकेट में दोबारा आ जाए, बॉलिंग में दोबारा आ जाए, तो बॉलर्स को बहुत एडवांटेज होगा. आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं बॉलर्स आर ऑन डिसएडवांटेज, बिकॉज बहुत कंडीशंस ऐसी होती हैं जहां पे आपको पसीना ही नहीं आता है, बहुत ज्यादा रफ होता ही नहीं है, एंड बॉलर्स हैव टू स्ट्रगल और उनको बहुत मार पड़ती है.
So you're saying that somewhere you have to try and give something in it for the bowlers. I know of players who were very smart to escape scrutiny. They would chew and eat off the lozenge or whatever they had in their mouth. So they had nothing in their mouth when they were applying the saliva. But the saliva did contain all that they had eaten. So there is gamesmanship that also happens. Now, Vimal, has there been any conversation? And then, there are people who are trying to make comments about Mohammad Shami and this is Ramadan, etc., etc. Has that affected the team? Has there been any reaction about all that in the team presser?
No, I don't think so. And this is very interesting debate which is going on, which I think Shami has rightly raised that issue, because for too long bowlers have been suffering. Anand, if you look at, you just have to empathize with the bowlers, bowling community. And I think what has happened, not only Shami has spoken about using the saliva back again in cricket field, he has been supported by some of the big names. I believe if Jasprit Bumrah's word will carry a lot of it. If Jasprit Bumrah also joins this debate and says something like, because Shami is not an ordinary bowler. He's the one of the craftiest bowler. Maybe if you talk about his skill and craft, he's as good as Jasprit Bumrah. Maybe he doesn't get that kind of recognition or the kind of respect or reverence which Jasprit Bumrah gets. But at the end of the day, if Shami has spoken, it's not just Shami. You believe that's the thought of Indian cricket team, because it's just not like an Indian cricketer comes in the press conference and just says something like just.
No, but I think you ask any bowler, anything that will help them get some more purchase and give them a little bit of an advantage in a totally batsman's game, they will say yes to it. And it's not often that it's the bowler who applies the saliva. It's the players also. As the ball gets passed on, there is more and more saliva just to make it a little heavier, shine one side of the ball, get some of that reverse swing going, because you need something there in purchase when you are the one who's trying to restrict a team and you've got the ball in hand. But I also want to ask you, how are the conditions right now? Is it changing in Dubai or is it still the same, Vimal? Is there dew? Conditions. Is there dew? Is it going to be a fresh pitch that's being prepared for Sunday? Because like in the Australia game, it was a different pitch. They brought a different part of the square. So are they prepared, readying another part of the square for the Sunday, for the final?
There are 5 pitches were prepared for Dubai land, and obviously 4 have been used. There was a policy that there should not be cricket, the pitch should not be used there was at least 15 days gap as far as preparation. So the last tournament which happened here was ILT20, and after that there were rest for 15 days. So all the 4 pitches have been used, and I believe not 100% confirmed, but I believe the final will be played on the fresh pitch. So
it will be a fresh pitch because the behavior of the pitch was very different. The Australia game, the pitch looked as if it was far more run friendly. The Aussies could not accelerate because they lost wickets. But within the Sodi, you think this time around in the final we may see 300 breached at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium? It's not happened. 300 has not been breached here.
Unfortunately,
I don't think because wicket is on the.
Okay, Ritinder Sodhi, and then we'll go back to Vimal in a bit. Yeah, Ritinder Sodhi, Chaitanya, and then.
It looks difficult because wicket is not very conducive for batting, for stroke playing, to play upright shots. यहाँ पे आपको बहुत अच्छी technique दिखानी होती है. You have to play on the merit of the ball. The middle overs are very important. From 20 to 40, वहाँ पे बहुत ये game बनता है. कैसे आप middle overs खेलते हैं, जहाँ पे श्रेयस अय्यर का नॉक बहुत important हो जाता है. जब हम बात कर रहे थे, उन्होंने कैसे adapt किया, एक slow inning खेली, लेकिन बारी को आपने संभाला. So that is the key. I think that is where New Zealand will also pull up their socks because they know if they play middle overs well, those 40 overs which spinners will be bowling, that is where New Zealand want to make a mark. If they struggle in those middle overs, जहाँ पे पिच स्लो होगा, आप 300 तो यहाँ शायद नहीं बना पाएंगे, लेकिन 260-70 भी एक फाइटिंग टोटल हो सकता है. If New Zealand batting first, they would eye 270, 280, and then if they bowl well, if they can keep batsmen of India quiet, especially Virat Kohli and Hardik Pandya in this form, then they have a chance. But yes, having said that, it's very important कि don't look for 300, be adaptable. अगर 250 से भी मैच जीता जाता है तो उस तरह बल्लेबाजी कीजिए कि 250 रन तो बने. कई बार आप 300 करना चाहते हैं और आप 170 पे ऑल आउट हो जाते हैं, तो वहां पे दोनों टीमों को सतर्क रहना होगा.
Right. So 270, 280 is a defendable total, is a challenging total on this turf. Vimal, I'm just going to check if Chaitanya is there, and then quick round of building up. Okay. Yes, Vimal. You're saying that 300 will still be difficult.
I don't think, if you look at the history of Dubai, traditionally it has never been 300 plus, especially if you look at recent history and the kind of pitches so far we have seen in this tournament. And I think for some fine ODIs you don't need 300 plus wicket. This is I think best sporting wicket if you can term it. Like all these pitches, you got Mohammad Shami 5 wicket haul, Matt Henry 5 wicket haul, the spinners getting 5 wicket haul, Varun Chakravarti getting 5 wicket haul,
batsman getting 100,
Gill getting 100, Kohli getting 100, Shreyas Iyer getting quick 50s. So I think there is something for everyone. This is more like a display of skill and craft. So I don't think you should complain. It's a typical like 90s kind of wicket where you have to earn your wicket. There is not like unlike Pakistan where the moment you win the toss and you hit like New Zealand did 360. you just take the game out from the opponent, because you know it's just so difficult. Out of 10 times.
So you're saying
you will lose the game.
this is right for competitive cricket, but it's not a runaway, run fest kind of thing that you just see the ball, hit the ball kind of game. Finally, gents, quickly, I got to wind up. We still have time for the final, but what are you thinking? Quickly, Chaitanya, unchanged side, what should India do if they win the toss, and who do you see winning right now as we speak?
I think if India wins the toss, they should chase, because they have a chase master, Virat Kohli, with them. Everybody is in form. And it's going to be a new fresh wicket. This time it's going to be a fresh wicket. It's not going to be the same wicket, and I think it will play better because it will be a new wicket. And I think putting a target in front against Kiwis, they have a good batting lineup. But if you see, if we talk about their bowling, in the bowling they have one or two good bowlers. Not everybody is as skillful as everything. So I think win the toss and chase.
And you think we've got it in the
and India is winning the
so we're going to be unbeaten. Ritesh Sodhi, quickly.
Yeah, I think we should chase unchanged side से ही जाना चाहिए, because winning combination. अभी विमल ने बहुत अच्छे लफ्जों का इस्तेमाल किया. ये विकेट टेस्ट ऑफ स्किल है. यहाँ पे आपको लड़के रन बनाने होंगे. चौके छक्के आपको मिलेंगे नहीं. जहाँ पे शुभमन गिल, रोहित, विराट का रोल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है. और जैसे आनंद हम पंजाबी में यहाँ कहते हैं ना, इक्की दुक्की टक दवांगे, लोड पई ता न्यूजीलैंड नु टक दवांगे.
Very well said. विमलवा, तुमसे तो मैच से पहले बात होगी, तो then we'll talk to you. At that time I've run out of time. That's why. So, but let's just hope that Rohit Sharma comes to the party. उनका एक ड्यू है. So we are just hoping that happens. Thank you very much. Always fun talking cricket with gents. Thank you very much. Namaste and welcome. It's the big final. It's the final of the ICC Champions Trophy, Sunday, 9th of March, 2:30 p.m. at the Dubai International Stadium. It is Bharat versus New Zealand, India versus New Zealand, an unbeaten India in rip-roaring form, and they've been a juggernaut, a force to reckon with, and clearly the best of the sides in this tournament so far, and who have coasted largely through most of their matches, and convincing victory even against Australia, although it was a 4-wicket win and there was 11 balls to spare, but India looked in control right through. Some scintillating performances both with bat and ball, and in fact if you look at that batting order, almost all of the players have been among the runs or they've had a look in the run up to the final. The bowlers have been among the wickets, and be it the spinners or be it Mohammad Shami himself, compared to the Kiwis, who have lost to India in the run-up through the group stages, but they were in their element against South Africa. A comprehensive 50-run win. Who will be the difference between the two sides? That's the big question. Will it be the captaincy of Rohit Sharma vis-a-vis the acumen of Mitchell Santner, who's actually growing into that role as a captain? Will it be the batsmanship of a Rachin Ravindra pitted against the best in the business, that is Virat Kohli, who is just about 50-odd runs away from becoming the second highest run scorer in one-day cricket? And look at the road to the finals. 23rd of February, Bharat beat Pakistan by 6 wickets. Their next match, they were convincing. They beat New Zealand, the Kiwis, by 44 runs in the group stage on the 2nd of March. And then in the semi-finals, they defeated Australia by 4 wickets. So it is a convincing, straightforward run, brilliant run. New Zealand, they defeated Pakistan by 60 runs, but they ran into India where they lost. They defeated Bangladesh by 5 wickets in the group stage, and then they lost to India by 44 runs. India got a comfortable win even against Bangladesh in the group stages. But then they came into their elements in the semi-final. That victory, that score that they put on board was something way beyond the Proteas' reach, and it was an unbeaten 100 by Miller towards the end that actually took them to a semblance of respectability, that they were just 50 runs short. Otherwise, they would have been about 100, 125 runs short the way the entire team, the South Africans, collapsed there. So once again, making it into the knockout stages, making it into the semi-finals, the Proteas, but then stumbling at those final hurdles. And when will they shake that off? One waits and watches. Mohammad Shami, the highest wicket scorer for India with 8 wickets so far. Best bowling figures, 5 for 53 versus Bangladesh. There are other performers in Varun Chakravarti, who's taken, because like I said, our bowlers have been among the wickets. We've also, but on the other hand, got Akshar Patel, who's got 5 wickets. So there is contributions right across. Let's go across to Vimal Kumar and let's go across to our guests and then deep dive into these numbers. Because on the other hand, as for the team news, Nitinder Sodhi is with us, Chetan Nanda is with us after a long time. Nitinder, good to have you with us. Chetan Nanda is also with us. Very good. Let's just quickly get into the conversation of the match. पहले विमलवा से जान लेते हैं what is happening on ground. Matt Henry का shoulder कैसा है? He's taken 10 wickets for the Kiwis. He's one of their best bowlers. Is he likely to play the final, or is it still dodgy? Because then you will have someone like a toughie coming in who's not had a single match through this tournament.
Thank you so much, Anand. As far as New Zealand is concerned, this is not a great news because if you look at Matt Henry has been the most successful bowler, more so against India. Last match he played against India and got 5 wickets. Is a great threat. The New Zealand coach today confirmed that they are not too sure at this season, but it's still 48 hours to go, so they are hopeful. But right now, the kind of support Indian team is getting, enthusiasm you can sense just behind me. See, Indian team is just about to come in the ICC Cricket Academy for their first practice session after that Australia game. And you can see the enthusiasm. All the people, almost nearly, I can see that nearly 50-60 odd people are still there waiting for the autographs or selfie if they are lucky. The good thing is that sometimes when Indian players come and they are not always in a hurry. Obviously, it's not possible to satisfy everyone or make everyone's dream come true, but they try to accommodate as much as they can. So
in how much time are they expected? So through the course of our conversation,
to come in next half an hour. So possibly when the show is on, we might see the Indian cricket team just going past us.
Okay, so the bus will pass right from where you are standing, and let's see whether or not we get some semblance. Nitinder Sodhi, how have you seen Bharat's performance so far, and what are you expecting in the final? Is it going to be a repeat of the group stages, or are the Kiwis going to be perhaps in a different mind frame this time around?